Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're finally taking a look at the Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Superion. So Superion is formed via all of the aerial bots combining together. So that is, we have Silverbolt, Firefly, we have Alpha Bravo here, on the right here's the arm now. So Quickslinger is actually the repaint of Firefly, which has been released to kind of, be a slingshot for Superion, which I probably will get at some point so that it makes it more accurate, so that you have actually got all of the planes right there. And it does look pretty good, even just being a repaint. Even on the G1 Combiner, the arms, they did look extremely similar anyway. But here we have the helicopter form of Alpha Bravo to go ahead and replace Slingshot right there. And then down there we have Skydive on the left, and then Air Raid on the right. Now, if you want a more G1 look, you can indeed just, flip them around. However, the cockpit here, obviously, if you're going to try and bend the knee, it will impede articulation because it'll be hitting against the back of the legs. So, I find it best to just have them around the front, and I think that looks pretty cool. Just like other Combiner Wars figures of this size, obviously I will do a size comparison with Devastator in a little bit, but the ones of this size, such as Defensor and Menacer, they do actually come with these hands, which are all interchangeable, and it just means that you can also interchangeable the arms and the legs. And in G1 terms, that used to be called Scramble City, that you can put anything as anyone, just like the old Superion was. Anyone could be a leg, anyone could be an arm. It's just the chest piece was always just the chest. Basically, so, obviously these can be turned into hands or feet, so whatever the front look like, these are the same with the missiles here, but these are obviously different. So you've got that kind of minigun look, and these are more of a kind of like mortar kind of look. So, you can swap those around and do whatever you want with those. Let's just change that brightness right there. So yeah, it just looks absolutely fantastic, and it looks really, really nice as a really good G1-esque, yet still with an updated IDW style look of Superion. And with it being Scramble City and with those other bots all being kind of interchangeable, you can make really, really awesome combiners. There's the Prime that's out, so you can use that as a chest, and there's now, Mirage and Sunstreaker and Ironhide and lots of other characters now that you can build into these combiners. So for a small cost, you can actually get an upgrade for this set from third-party company, which comes with 2 extra heads, which means that you've got a better looking head that I think actually lights up. One with red visor and one with a blue visor, so it can look like the original toy or look like the original show. They also come with articulated fingered hands, and then also just better feet that maybe even has a bit of articulation in for ankle pivot, but I'm not massively sure about that. On with the review. So the only one downside to this figure, I really think, is just these bits right here. Now, they are kind of straightening up, but as you can see, they do still bend back a little bit. Mine are only slightly warped. Out of packaging, they were even more bent round like that. And they have to be like this just because you actually have to, bend them back. So obviously, if they were straight, if that were to get stuck, if that was hard plastic, you'd probably snap them quite a lot. But I have to say, they do still look great and whatnot, and it's not really much of a downside because, like I say, they are slowly straightening themselves out. Something that I absolutely adore about this, in fact, there's 2 things that I absolutely adore, apart from the fact that everything can combine together and everything, and it just, the whole Scramble City kind of deal. One of which is just how much this looks like the actual G1 toy. It's just so fantastic. And then second of all is just how they all combine. It's just so simple to do. That's how easy it is to take a piece off, and then you just slot it back into place. But obviously pulling out and turn it and everything, it's so secure. It's just really, really good. And a lot of older combiners, you had to really push things into joints, or, it might have been a really loose fit and something, but with these, because they slide in, there's no way that they can just fall off. So, an absolutely fantastic design, and I'm really, really happy with it. So because Skydive's and Air Raid's guns are exactly the same, there's ports on the side down here on the legs that you could put them in, and that's where people usually put them, but you've obviously got ports down here as well on the tips of the wings. You've got the hands here for Firefly, you've got a peg here, you've got a couple of pegs here on the back. Obviously you've got these hands right here on the back if you really wanted to put some guns there. There's just ports absolutely everywhere. You've got a couple of holes up on Alpha Bravo, bring the camera up a little bit. there and on the back. So these 4 weapons, if you don't want them just lying around, there's plenty of places on this combiner that you can put them, and obviously you can just give him another smaller weapon and kind of have like a little pistol there or something, so that's really cool. So as for the articulation of this guy, the head does move left and right, the shoulders come all the way out and all the way around, and there goes the gun. Now that is something, it does fit in a little bit looser into this hand than I would like. It rests in perfectly fine, but yeah, as you just saw, it can just slide out. So yeah, hold the gun when you move the arms and you should be perfectly fine. But I really do love the look of this gun. It's just formed by these 2 pieces that came with Silver Bolt. Absolutely fantastic G1 looking weapon there. You also have the swivel right here, which would have been the waist for these butts, and then you've got the double jointed elbows, which is awesome. If you want to have them the other way around, obviously you're going to lose a lot of that articulation. The hands can swivel, and then I guess you could say that the fingers move a little bit and the thumb can move up and down a little bit. So there's no waist articulation, but we do get great hips, so we have ratcheted out and ratcheted up and down. There's also a swivel there. Down here at the knee, if you move the fist up out of the way, you have a full 90-degree bend, which is absolutely fantastic. They also rotate there as well, and then the feet do swivel as well. So that's all the articulation that you get. That's all you need. It's absolutely fantastic. I definitely do love the style of articulation and how it all comes together for these combiners. And size comparison time. So here we have Superion next to the Decepticon combiner Menacer, and basically to the top of these shoulder pieces here, Superion stands 12 inches tall, and at the head they are both the same size. This guy just looks like he's standing a tiny little bit taller just because he is slightly mistransformed, just so that it makes the legs look a little bit better, like I showed in that video. And remember, if you want to see how any of these guys transform, to go ahead and actually form the limbs so that you can maybe, you know, go ahead and use this over here or whatnot, or even if you just want to know how to transform everything to make Superion himself, then the links will be in the description for all of the aerial bot transformer reviews, where I actually show the transformation not only from vehicle to robot mode, but also into their actual limb modes for combining. And then here he is next to Devastator. So yeah, kind of a bit of a size difference here. So obviously the Bruticus that is coming out at the end of the year, which I do have on pre-order as well, will be the same size as Superion and Menacer, and there's also Defensor as well, which I do not have. But this big guy right here, obviously he is his own class, and they have very unique transformations. Like all of those robots, you know, they're not Scramble City like Superion. They all attach in their own unique way. So you can't mix and match any of these that you can see here, because everything that makes up Devastator are actually Voyager class figures. But there you can kind of get a grip. You know, Superion comes up to his waist, so he's a little over half the size of Devastator. And if you want to check out the full review of Devastator and also the Menacer combiner, I will go ahead and put those links in the description of this video as well. So if you haven't noticed already, I really do love these combiners, and I recommend all of them. So I 100% recommend you go ahead and pick these guys up. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give this video a like. If you want to see more pictures of anything else from my collection, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. It's Homerino123, and the link is in the description below. And for more Transformers Combiner Wars reviews, like I said, Bruticus is going to be coming in maybe a little over a month. Then go ahead and subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.